so now we're going to go ahead and lay our hinge down, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and lay that right there in the middle, okay? It's going to be right there. And you can close your book to make sure it fits and everything, okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and lay that down just like that, okay? So again, I'm going to go ahead and take this off, okay? Now, I'm not going to cover this middle part here. I am going to go ahead and cover like this piece here, these side pieces or inside covers with our design paper, okay? And I'm just going to add glue to this, okay? And I'm just making sure that I get it up there, up on the edges here, okay? All right. Make sure I got good coverage there, right on the corners. And I'm going to go ahead and lay this down. So I'm going to make sure that it's laid down right in the middle. So I'm just going to stand up for a second. Make sure that it's on there straight. Okay, and maybe if I need to adjust it a little bit. Okay, so now I can burnish that down. Okay, and then if you want to, you could definitely get your pencil and erase. You know, if you have any writing like I did in the middle part of your, you know, or on the sides, so people don't see that. You're going to cover your gussets with paper anyway later, but sometimes it's nice to just have that erased. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just burnish this down really, really good. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so before we do anything, usually I do this right before we do our pages, but what I would like to do is go ahead and get our hinge taped up. So it's ready to go when we add our pages in. So what I do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my 3/8 inch tape, and you are going to add this tape right to this hinge right here, okay? And I take that back. I'm going to use my 1/4 inch tape. So just need to find it. Oh, what I did with it. I did it. Okay, so I'm going to use my 1/4 inch tape to add right on the hinge here, okay? And you're going to add the 1/4 inch tape close to the fold part, okay? All right, so you're going to do that front and back. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through that. So you're going to go ahead and grab your tape, and you're going to place it right up near that fold line, okay? Right up top on the hinge part, okay? And you're going to do that there, okay? And you're going to do the back. So I just grab it and I lay it down, and then I grab my finger and I just slide that right across the top of that hinge. Okay, just like that. And then I go ahead, take that off. All right, and then you want to make sure that you burnish that down really good, because that's what's going to be holding your page inside. Okay, so you want to make sure that you burnish that down really good, no air bubbles. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing for all of these hinges, front and back. Just lay that down right on top of the top part of your hinge where the fold is. Okay, and okay, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and do the back. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my hinges, and then I'll be back. And okay, so I went ahead and picked out my paper for the front and back of my book. Okay, so we went ahead and added in our hinge and everything, and now we're going to go ahead and cover the front and the inside of our album. So I went ahead and put tape on the back of my paper already. I did go ahead and I'm going to cut this piece like I do with some of my other papers. I'm going to cut this piece here, okay, alongside of the little lace here. And I'm not going to cut all the way to the end. I'm just going to cut a little bit more. So we kind of have like a little opening to put little, like maybe, so we have like a little pocket for, or a little tuck spot for some tags, or, you know, if you want to do like maybe stick some flowers in there or whatever to have them come out. I thought that would be really a really cute idea. So I went ahead and did that there. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is what I'm going to put down here on this piece right here. And again, all I did was use my X-Acto knife, and I cut along that little seam right there, like where the little lace and the purple, the dark purple meet, and I just cut along that edge there. Now I left about, I think this is about 3/8 inch maybe from, it's about a 1/2 inch, sorry. It's about a 1/2 inch from the edge inward. And I think I did that here too, maybe a little bit more, because I didn't want this opened all the way. So this one's about 1 3/4 in. So I think, let's see here, or maybe not. This is about, yeah, it's about 3/4 of an inch from the edge from here to here. But I'm not sure if I'll be even sticking anything in there, and you can't really tell that it's cut open unless I stick something in there. So I'm going to go ahead, and then after I went ahead and taped everything, okay, I went ahead and put my tape on the back part. I went ahead and kind of curved everything around. So what I did was I just took my paper and I just kind of bent it a little bit. So it's a little bit more pliable to be able to bend around the edge of the spine here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this here. All right, and so right now I'm just going to go and take off my tape. So you're just going to take the backing off your tape, and then we'll go ahead and stick this down. I just thought it would be like really cute to have like some flowers come out of that spot and maybe some tags. I am going to stick some glue like I always do. I'm going to stick some glue right on the edge of the papers. Okay, so right on that edge there. Okay, you don't want to get the glue. Now you can glue all of this part down. Just don't want to put too much glue down in through here. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue right in through here. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and stick this on. Okay, just going to stick that on there. And I'm just kind of going from edge to edge. So I might leave like a little tiny bit of a border, but it's not going to be very much. So just going to be a teeny tiny border there. Okay, just like that. Okay, and I'm just going to turn this around. And this is why I put the glue on sometimes, so that way kind of gives you that ability to maneuver your paper around while you're getting it set. Okay. Alrighty, so there is that part. So I'm going to go ahead and just burnish that down. I think that this is so pretty. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty, you guys. So again, we have our little tuck spot right there. Okay, so you can definitely tuck something in there. Okay, so that is going to be awesome. So you want to make sure that when you paper this, okay, don't stick tape right in through here. Okay, you don't want any tape. Okay, just on the bottom part here, not in through this part. Okay. Okay, I think I have a little piece right here I need to cut off there. Okay, so, all right. Okay, all right, and then I'm going to do the other side. Now this piece here, I didn't do any X-Acto knife on it or anything because I'm not going to stick anything on the back. This is just going to be like it is here, and this is going to match up with this here. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the backing of the tape. I'm really excited about this little book here, you guys. I think it's going to turn out really cute, and I hope that you all like the pages that I designed for y'all. I think it's going to be a really cute spring type of book for Easter, or, you know, you know, put pictures in for maybe a little spring wedding, you know, vacation type book. So cute. It's going to be really super cute. I hope you guys like it. So. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on this end here. Okay. And okay, so got that on there. Yay! So, okay. Now we just need to fold over this part here. And, oops. Yeah. Need to pick that up. There we go. And we just need to fold that over. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that over to the other piece there. And of course, it's not matching up the way that I wanted it to, but that is okay. That's all right. Maybe I can fix that somehow. I thought I had the piece that I wanted. I thought I had the skinny piece here, and I had it here. So, alrighty, well, I messed up on that. Okay, well, I went ahead and I thought I had the skinny piece up here, and I had it wrong. So I had the fat piece here, and then the skinny piece down this way, and I should have laid this piece on this side here. So, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and we already laid it on here, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it, and I will add some pieces to it. So hopefully it will be okay. I think it'll turn out okay still, even though it doesn't match up. I think it'll be okay. So I just should have laid the skinny piece down, down at this end here. Okay, so I'm going to open up the book, and I'm just going to go ahead and burnish that down, just like that. Okay, all right, so there is that. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so because I messed up on this part right in through here, with the pieces not lining up right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this piece out to cover up that one area. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and then I'm going to stick it on the spine, and then I'll be right back. Hi guys, I'm back. So now we're going to go ahead and get started covering the front inside of our book. And so I'm going to zoom over here. I'm going to move the camera slightly over this way. Okay, I went ahead and cut out my covers. I picked this one for the inside front cover here, and then for the back, I picked this one here, and I cut them at 9 by 10. So they have kind of a small border, not very much, about a maybe 1/16 of an inch border around, but they fit really nice. And so I love that wreath. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty, y'all. And so for this piece here, for the front inside cover, you're going to need one piece that is 3 1/4 by 11, okay? And you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the left side, the right side. You're going to score down the middle, which is at 5 1/2. You're going to turn it and then score a 1/2 inch down the side on the left side, okay? And then what we're going to do here is we're going to cut this in half. Okay, and you're going to cut these little, where that little X is, like when we make a pocket. So I'm going to grab my scissors here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut those off. Okay, because we can go ahead and just put this together. All right, and then we're just going to cut right up on that area there. Okay. So just like that. So that's what that's going to look like. We're going to go ahead and burnish these in. Okay. Alrighty. Just like that. So I have my tea with me this morning. I already drank my cup of coffee, but I don't know what it is. Lately I've been just on this tea kick. So I've been drinking lots of tea, so now I'm running out and I need to go get more. so if you see my cup of tea, okay. So, okay, same thing for this one. We're going to go ahead and we are going to cut this down the middle here. Okay, and then here, so we're just going to grab our scissors and I'm just going to cut. And you can use your scoreboard or your trimmer if you want to for this part. You don't have to cut it with your scissors if you don't want to. I think I get better with cutting on the score line for a straight line, you guys. so here we're going to fold these back and burnish these down. Okay. And this is going to kind of be like a little gatefold, okay, a gate on our book here. So I went ahead, I thought I went ahead and taped these last night, but I guess I didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on here, and we're going to go ahead and put this down. Okay, and I'm just going to put glue up here. It's coming out. It's not coming out. So I just need to find my little pin. Alrighty. Okay, so just grab this, and I'm going to make sure that I get my corners really good, okay? That's one thing, like I said, I always seem to miss my corners. I don't know why. It's just one thing I've been trying more to make sure I get that. So, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put some glue on here. Go ahead and lay this down. Make sure it's on there good. And straight. Right. Okay, just like that. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and burnish that down. That paper sure is pretty, y'all. I'll tell you. Really, really pretty. Okay, and then what we're going to do with these is these are going to be slanted, okay? So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have them like this. All right, they're going to sit like that, right? But we're actually going to cut them at an angle, okay? So right up here in this corner here, I want you to just kind of angle it down. And but we're going to leave like a little tick mark here. So this one is actually going to be angled as well. So this right here is going to sit on top of this one. Okay, this little pocket, that's the 3 1/4 or 3 3/4 inch. All right, that's going to sit on top of this. And so what I want to do is I want to make sure that we don't cut it too much. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make a tick mark right here. All right, right above that other pocket. So I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I laid my pocket on top of the larger piece, and I went ahead and made a tick mark right here. Okay, and that's where you're going to cut from here to here down. Okay, just like that, just at an angle. All right, this right here is also going to be at an angle. Okay, and this one is, but this one here, we're going to leave like a little bit here. So we're going to leave, I think, let's see, let's leave, let me see, about a 1/2 inch. We're going to go ahead and mark it at 1 inch inward. Okay, so you're going to mark it at 1 inch inward. All right, and then you're going to go ahead and angle this down. So this is going to be angled, and then here you're going to leave about an inch upward. Okay, so basically, so I'm going to grab my ruler. Okay, turn it this way. Here's my inch, so I'm going to make a tick mark there. So that way you're going to draw a line from this 1 inch tick mark here to this 1 inch tick mark here. All right, and that's how you're going to angle your pocket, just like that. Okay, so that's what that's going to look like. And then here, like I said, you're just going to go here and then angle it down. So basically, you can go ahead and once you cut this one, you can use this as your template. Okay, so just like that. So that's what that's going to look like. So then you're going to flip this over, right? And you can use that as your template and draw your line, or, you know, whatever you want to do. I usually just draw a line. So I'll just draw my line on here. So that way it's the same. So then I'll just stick this in here like that. Okay. Put that little corner. You want to put that little corner right there on your line where your cutting guide is. Okay. Scoot that over. And there we go. Alrighty. So there we go. So there is that. And then if you wanted to, you could just erase your line. Okay. So there we go. So now you have both pockets that are going to end up like this. That's what that's going to look like. All right. And then you're going to do these pockets on top of here. And again, you can use this one once this is cut. Once this one is cut, then you can use this as a template for your other piece. Okay, so that's going to sit on top of there like that. All right, and that's going to be a pocket to hold our little tags and stuff that we've got going on. Okay, so all right, so I am going to go ahead and put those together, and I will be right back, and then you can. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere these little pockets down to on top of the large pockets. Okay, so I'm just grabbing the large pocket and I'm just going to go ahead and put that right on top of there. Now, if you want to, you can cover yours before you put your pocket down, this little pocket, or you can wait. You can always slide your piece inside there once, you know, once we get that done. Once we cut out our pattern paper, you can just slide it down in there. And how you're going to do that is before you actually put this on top of here, okay, like this, all right, before you put this on here, you'll go ahead and just trace this out on top of some paper. So you can grab, let's see if I have a piece right here that we've cut out already. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could just go ahead, lay this on top of here, just like that, all right, and I'm going to go ahead and just push it off the page about 1/8 of an inch or so, okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and trace around that. So just laying that down and then just tracing it. All right, that way you don't have to really measure anything, and now you can just cut that out. So you just go ahead and take your scissors. And if you have to, you know, cut it down some more, you can definitely do that, you know. So this piece should fit in here, just like that. Now, like I said, if it doesn't fit perfectly, that's okay. You can definitely have, like mine has a little border right there. Okay, you can have a little border. And then if you have like excess sticking out the top, I have like a tiny smidge sticking up. You could definitely just cut more off if you wanted to, which I might go ahead and just cut off a tiny bit here, just so maybe I can have a border on that. Okay, and that, there you go. So now you have your little paper for your pocket. So and then, you know, when you lay this down, it's going to lay down like this, okay, and you can definitely cover that gusset with some strips of paper. Okay, so what you can do now is you can use this as your template. So what you'll do is you'll grab this piece, just turn it over so it will match the other piece. Okay, and again, you'll just draw a line. Just trace right around that. Just like that. Okay, and then again, you'll just cut that out. So yeah, so when you're cutting or making your albums, try to think of quick, easy ways to, you know, you can do to just trace things, you know. You don't always have to measure everything out, you know. Sometimes it's a pain to do that. I don't like measuring everything out. And then you can cover it like this, right? So you have your little pocket covered, and then you could place this little guy on top of there like that, or you could go ahead and just slide it inside of your pocket like this. Okay, just like that. So now you have it covered for you. So that's what we're going to do. And then same thing with this here too. Okay, so like if you wanted to go ahead and you didn't stick on your little pockets yet, you could definitely just take your paper and, you know, since I already used this, I'm going to go ahead and use this for my pockets. And I'll try to get some flowers on there. So you definitely just trace this and then cut it out and then stick it in your pocket. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we will go ahead and start our pages and do the back cover of our book. Okay, so now that I have my pockets together, okay, we can go ahead and put these on here. So I went ahead and added my tape here, and I'm just going to go ahead and add my glue on top of my tape. Okay. Like I said, I like to add, I just feel like I get good adhesion with both the glue and the tape together. So I'm just going to add that right there on top of that corner piece. Okay, push this back just a bit. All right, so now we've got this little flap going on here, and then this will do the same thing. Okay. Make sure I get that corner up there. Alrighty, so I'm just going to add this right in this corner down here. Bring this down a bit. Over. There we go. All right. And then just burnish those down. Okay, so now we've got our first pocket done. Yay! And then I'm just going to burnish that down really, really good. There. And there. Awesome. Okay, so that will fit a little, and then how to keep it closed is we're just going to put a little tiny tag or some tags, and you can put larger pieces in here, okay, and then we can also open that up. You can go ahead and we can cover this later, and you can put a nice photo right in through there. Okay, so, and then of course you can use some strips. Once we get more items cut out, you can definitely go ahead and cut in some little strips and put those little strips in there. Okay, or let's see, I have, oh, you know what, look at, I have these. Aren't those so cute? So those can fit just like that. That'll fit really nice. So I think I will go ahead and put those there, because I do want those little pieces in there. So, all right, so now we're on to our pages. So let's go ahead and start with page 1, and I will be right back with everything for that. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and make inserts for our pockets. And for that, we are going to need 4 pieces that are 9.5 by 10.5. And we are going to go ahead and score with the 10.5 laying across the top of our scoreboard, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and score at 1.5, all right? And that is going to give you like a little pocket or a little flap, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and just fold that down just like that. Okay. And I already did one here, but we are going to use our Spellbinders die. Okay, and let me grab that real quick. All right, and we're going to use the Spellbinders die, the doily border. Okay, and it has 3 pieces to it, and it cuts out really nice, you guys. I absolutely love how it cuts. And this is what it's going to look like when you cut it out with all 3 of the pieces. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to need 8 pieces, okay, because we're going to actually make this a little bit stronger. Okay, so we're going to back this up together, all right, and we are going to glue this. So to glue this, what I did was I'm not gluing anything up in through here, okay, on this piece. So you're going to just glue right at the bottom part, okay, and I'm not really pressing my glue. I'm just kind of spreading it around, okay, and you're going to glue like this. Okay, and not that part. And then you're going to glue like just like the bigger pieces. Okay, and then maybe like up and through here you can dot a glue. Okay, all right, just like that. Okay, then you are going to get the next piece and you're just going to bring those together. All right, and just like that. All right, so just like that. All right, so now you have two pieces that are together, and it just makes it stronger for what we need it for. Okay, now if you want to use a different dye, of course you can do that, or you don't have to. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and wipe this a little bit. Okay, just like that. If you have a Xyron, you can use that. That would probably be better, so that way you don't get glue all over your fingers. Okay, so now you have that. Okay, you have it looking like this. All right, and I already did one previously. So you're going to have this. Okay, what you're going to do is we are going to go ahead and that flap that we didn't adhere together, see how this opens right here? Okay, it opens all the way down just like this. You are actually going to place that right there on the edge. Okay, so you're going to open up that flap. Okay, just like that. Okay, just like that. And you're going to sit that right in there. Okay, and that's what you're going to glue down. So it's going to look like that. Okay, so that's what you're going to do there. Alrighty. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to place a little bit of glue right in here. Okay, so I'm just kind of spreading it apart. Okay, and I let it sit. Once I glued it, I kind of let it sit for a little bit so it would kind of, you know, really get adhered together. So I'm going to put glue there, and then I'm gluing the other side of that right there. I'm not placing a lot of glue, just a little droplets. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and stick that right on there. Now I'm just going to kind of make sure that it's in the middle of that. Okay, so that is how we're going to do all of our little inserts, and they will fit inside of all of your pages. So here is your page, okay, and they're just going to slip right in through there, just like that. Okay, so for page 1, what we're going to do is you are going to need one piece that is 7.5 by 11, okay? And what you're going to do is on the 11-inch side, you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the left side and a 1/2 inch on that right side, okay? And then you're going to turn it to the 7.5 side, and you're going to score right down the middle, and you are going to score it at 3 3/4 inch, okay? So this is going to be a pocket that flips open, okay? So for that, what we're going to do is we're going to cut off this section here for the pocket, okay? So this little section down here where I scribbled and wrote cut off, we're going to cut that piece off. So you're just going to go ahead and cut that right off. Just cut it off. So, okay, so we're just going to cut that off just like that. Alrighty. So then on this side here, we are going to go ahead and make this piece our hinge. So actually what we're going to do is we're going to cut this here. Okay. And I'm going to cut on either side of that score line there. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut a piece off. Okay, just like that. All right. So this is going to be our hinge. These two are going to go ahead and fold in and come up and inside of our pocket. Okay, see how they're going to do that? This piece right here is our hinge, so this gets folded backwards. All right, and that's what gets adhered to our main page, page number 1. Okay, and as some of you know that have followed some of my tutorials before, I always write page 1 front and then page 1 back on my pages. That way it helps me know where I'm at so I don't get lost or confused. So, because that happens. So, and then on my pieces that I cut, I also, if you ever see, it always says page 1 front pocket, you know, or it'll say, you know, page 1 flap or something like that. Okay. And that's also because that way when I'm making my pages, what I do is I stack everything together and I cut everything out, stack it together, and I paper clip everything together. So when I put it all, when I'm ready for that page, I have everything ready to just glue it on and, you know, put it together. So for the front page here, I decided I was going to go ahead and put this piece. I think this was this the piece? No. Sorry. Yeah, okay. I think that was it. Okay. So this piece right here, or no, that's right. Whoops, I forgot. Sorry. I got confused. So this piece right here, our design paper, I just went ahead and cut at 9 by 10. So it fits over the whole page. Now, if you want to leave a border around yours, you can. And you can cut it at like 8 7/8 by 9 7/8 if you wanted to do that. So for my when I put my design papers on, I don't use the tape anymore. I usually just use my glue. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my glue here. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick this on. I know I love both of these sides of paper, you guys. So it's really hard for me to put glue on this and just cover this up. I'm telling you. So, okay, and I'm just marking off with a little bit of glue so that way I know that my edges or my little corners have glue on them. So here, I'm going to go ahead and just stick this on here. Okay, and bring this up. All right, it all looks good, looks covered, looks good. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and burnish this down. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and adhere these little wings, okay, these little strips that we scored, those are going to be adhered to our pocket. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put glue on those or your tape, whatever you would like. And I'm just going to go ahead and put, all right, and you're just going to go ahead and fold that back, just like that. Now, if you wanted to, you can definitely put this on before you put on your paper, which I didn't do. And that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and I'll cover this with a piece of cardstock, you know, one of our little, because we'll have lots of scraps, you guys. So any of your little scraps that you have, you can definitely just cover that up, okay? So this is going to go like right here, okay? Right there. And we are going to go ahead and adhere that down. And I'm going to go ahead and burnish that down some more. I am going to go ahead and use my 3/4 inch tape, my 3/8 inch tape. Okay. And I am going to add my glue on top of that as well. So I'm going to add 2 adhesives on here, just because I know I really want this to stick down. Okay, so take that off. Alrighty, and then the next thing, we are going to just add our glue to that. Okay. All right, and we're going to go ahead, and this hinge is going to go down in your lower left-hand corner, okay? So you're just going to go ahead and grab that, and you can make sure that your page opens on your left-hand side, because that's the piece that's going to go into the hinge. So you're just going to go ahead, and from the hinge, I'm going to make sure that it's right a little bit on that edge there, okay? And I'm going to bring this pocket down just a bit. If you wanted to leave a little border down here, you could. You could raise this up a little bit if you wanted. It's no problem. Okay, just like that. So as you can see, mine has a little border on it. Okay. And it's going to open just like this. Okay. To cover this, okay, I went ahead and got some of the scraps from our scrap pile from the pieces that we've already previously cut when we did the front cover and our covering the front of the album, right? So I went ahead and cut those down to 10 inches, which is the same length as our little pocket here. I might have to cut off just a smidge more. That's okay. So I also went ahead and cut out some of the border pieces, which, so I went ahead and cut out some of the border pieces from one of the pages as well. And I just cut out a lot of different ones. And actually it was, I think, one of the scrap pieces of paper that had borders on it. So I just went ahead and cut out those borders, and I'm going to stick them to the side. So that's what we're going to use while we're decorating our pocket here. So for this, I thought I would go ahead and, I don't know if I'm going to put this one down here. Yeah, I guess I will. It looks nice. And then I thought we would go ahead and put this little beauty on there. It says, Life's Beautiful Moments. And I just thought that was so pretty. So I thought we would go ahead and use that up top. Or we could actually switch it and use this on the bottom. And we could use this on top of here. So I think both of those look really nice. So that's what you can do with this here, okay? And that was just an idea that I wanted to give you guys real quick. And then here, of course, we can use one of those borders right here, okay, just to cover that up. So, and then that is just going to be, let's see here, we're going to go ahead and cover that up. So, I mean, I can just cover it up now. So this is how you would cover up your gussets and your other, you know, if you have other little hinges that show. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my pencil and mark that right there. Okay, fold it over. Cut it and glue it down. So there you go. And then I'm just closing this up and pushing my little piece right on top of that little hinge there. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and burnish that in. And there you go. And so that is an idea that you can use for when you cover your pockets. You know, definitely take advantage of having those sentiment borders in your paper collection, and these little paper borders with the lace and other flowers on them. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do there. And then, so now we're going to go ahead and go to the back of page 1. So for the back of page 1, again, I went ahead and cut my design paper at 9 by 10, okay, and or 10 this way and 9 vertical, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that on there. And so this one here, we are going to do pockets, okay? And for the pockets, we are going to be using some of the little frames that are in that paper collection that are just so pretty. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's stick this down here just like this. This paper, I'm telling you guys, oh my gosh, this paper is so pretty. So it is definitely a spring paper, you guys. So if you have spring pictures for Easter, this would be a really good Easter paper too. You know, definitely full of beautiful, beautiful flowers and images. So this is going to go like this. Okay, and I am just really burnishing this paper down. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so there is that. So for this, I went ahead and cut out some of the little tags or little photo mats that are on the back of our pages, and they look like this, okay? And they look like this, and then there's some that, let's see, what other ones are there? Oh, here's one, and I think that these are that they look like this, okay? And and then here's the borders I cut out too. So I cut out 2 of those little cards, okay? And we are going to mount them, and you're going to need 2 pieces that are 5 by 5 3/4, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the left hand side and on the right hand side, okay? And that's on the 5-inch side along the top of your scoreboard. You're going to turn it to the 5 3/4 inch side, and you're going to score a 1/2 inch on the left side, okay? And these are going to be little pockets. So that's what these are going to be. So I went ahead and already scored one down, okay? And we're going to go ahead and just place one of these on here, just like this. Okay, so you will have a little border on these just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on here just like this, okay? And you're just going to go ahead and place that right in the middle of that pocket, Okay, just like that. Alrighty. Okay, and then you're just going to go ahead and adhere this down just like that. Okay, and this one, okay, and then the other one is going to go like right up and through here. Okay, so okay, because don't forget that this is going to have an insert, okay, in the front. So when you put your insert in there, okay, you're going to have that, and that is going to come down just like that. Okay, and then what you're going to do, and then so this right here is actually going to not have anything on folding over on this side. So this pocket can be a little bit down this way. Okay, so you're going to leave about an inch from the top here. Okay, and then on this one here, this pocket will be down here like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this one together with you, and this one again on the X's. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut. All right, you're going to go ahead and fold over. Okay, and you're just going to burnish down those score lines. Oops. Okay. And then here you're going to go ahead and grab your little card, and you're going to place that in the middle. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. So pretty. Okay, and you're just going to put that right in the middle there. Scoot this over just a bit. All right, so now, like I said, you have two pockets, one that's going to go here and the other one that's going to go down here. Okay, and then you can go, we're going to make some tags to go inside of there. Okay, so those what we're going to have here on this side. And I thought that would give you enough room. If you wanted to, you can turn them, definitely, you can turn them to the side. Okay, this one, it has a vase on it, so I can't really turn that to the side, but I could turn this one to the side and leave it like this if I wanted. So definitely do that. But I am going to go ahead and put this right here. And again, you're going to leave about an inch from the top. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on here. And you're just going to go ahead and leave about an inch from the top there. Okay, and I'm just going to push this in a bit. Okay, that way I have a little border right there. Okay, and then same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and push this, put glue on this here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and bring this over a bit so it has a little border on the side there. Okay. Just like that. Okay. And so there is that page. And so pretty much we are done with this page. The only thing we need is some little tags to fit inside of here. And I will be making some of those and we'll fit some in there. So let's go ahead and grab some of our little papers here. And let's see here. Okay, so what we're going to do to make the tags for our paper, our little pockets here, okay, you should be able to have some scraps of like this, okay, in your scrap pile from when we cut our papers and such. So you're going to go ahead and grab 2 of them, and they should be about 3 inches, okay, and we are actually going to cut them at 6 inches, okay? We're going to cut them at, we're going to go ahead and cut them at 6 1/4. Okay, so we're going to cut these down at 6 1/4. All right. So go ahead and we're going to cut these down at 6 1/4. And then what you're going to do is you are going to get, you're going to go ahead and grab your tag maker. Okay, if you have a tag maker, then you can definitely use that to make your tag. Okay, it looks like this. All right. Now, you know that these used to be sold over at JS and Hobbies and Crafts. I'm not sure if she has any more of these, but I know that she did have some before. So we're going to go ahead and put this on the E. Okay. And, whoops. Alrighty. So we're going to go ahead and put that on the E. Okay. And you're just going to go ahead and go down on that. All right. So you're going to do that for both of your tags. All right, just like that. Alrighty. So your tag should look like that. And just need to trim mine up a little bit. I think I've used mine a lot, so my blade might be a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on this one here. Okay, again, my blade and my paper is on the E. Okay, just like that. Okay, and so there are our tags, and those are just going to fit in there just like that. Okay, and of course, you know, you can go ahead and we're going to paper these. Okay, so to paper these, you can use, again, the scraps that we have laying around. So you should have some scraps in your scrap pile, okay, that you can use. And let's see here, I have a couple of scraps here. Okay, here is one of my scraps. I'll make sure that okay, I found a scrap. All right, so here is one of my scraps right here, okay? And I'm definitely going to go ahead and use this one. It's so pretty. I love how the flowers are like that. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward and put this together real quick. Okay guys, I'm back. So I finished up my little tag here, and I used some of the Heartfelt Creation dies that I've used in the past for some of our other albums, and I went ahead and just put those right at the top of the tags, and I just cut them down. The die actually cuts out like this, okay? And what I did was I just rounded off the edges there. So I go ahead, and if you have this die, it is a lovely die, and it is so versatile. You can definitely use it so many different ways. And you can you just put that on there, just on top of there, just like that. Okay, and then I get a little dry wipey, okay, that I use to clean up my glue. And I just go ahead and rub that down. All right, just like that. All right, and then I go ahead and just turn it over, and I just go ahead and round that off, just like that. Okay. And of course, that one just needs to be rounded a little bit more. Yeah, I can't get it. Let's see here. There we go. Just like that. Okay, and then I just put one in the front here. So I'm going to put this one in the front, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm putting the glue like right in the middle part, but not much lower. Okay, and then on the sides, but I don't want too much down here, so I can go ahead, if I want to, I could slide a picture up in through there, right? So, and then I'm just going to go ahead and sit that right there, just like that. Okay, and so it's up a little bit on top of that tag part. This is going to sit right on top of there. So I'm going to go ahead, put some glue right in through here. Okay. And go put that right on top of there, just like that. Okay. And that's how I put those together. You can use other dies. If you have some other dies, you can definitely use those dies as well. Okay. And that will just fit in that little pocket, just like that. Let's see here. Need to go ahead and looking for, there's my bone folder. Okay, and I want to go ahead and just open that pocket up a little bit more so I get my bone folder and just kind of go around the seams there. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so there we go. So there are our tags, and I'm going to do the same thing here with this one. So you just want to go into your pocket, kind of open it up with your bone folder. You don't want to poke too hard because you don't want to poke out the bottom of your pocket there. But you do want to go ahead and just kind of open that up a little bit. Okay, use this part. There we go. So, let me try this one. It just helps really open up your pocket a little bit more so you can fit your tag in there. Just like that. All right, so there are your tags. So again, you know, you can definitely add some photos on top of here, and then you can journal on the back, or you can just add some little notations on there if you want to, sentiments. And then here you could decorate this part however you would like. So, okay, so there is page 1, you guys. Just got to finish up the page here, the front of this part right here, and your inserts, okay. Once I went ahead and showed you how to put this part on right here with the die. Once you get that on there, you could definitely use a border. You know, one of the pieces that we've cut a lot of different pieces out, strips that we have in our pile, and you can definitely just cut that down and put that right across there. Add a few little flowers, or you know, whatever you would like from your cut aparts. It's like this here. This says fun times, so that would be like super cute on there. So I think I'll add that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that down. I'm just going to cut that off right there, just like that. And then cut this across here. And I'm just going to add that right on top of my, I think I cut it crooked. Here we go again, you guys. Here I go crooked. So, and there we go, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and of course I'm going to make that look a little bit better. You know, I'll add some things to it. So okay, so there. Okay, so for page 1, I decided to go ahead and place magnets on the pocket. It was an afterthought after we were done creating it. So what I decided to do was to put a magnet down here in the corner, and the other magnet is here on the pocket. And you can definitely stick little tags on top of these or whatever. We have tons of cut aparts to place on here, and you can definitely go ahead and place these on top of your pockets before you cover them as well. Okay, of course this will be right behind the part 1 after we put it together. So yeah, so if you want to go ahead and place this magnet on prior to covering your pocket, you can definitely do that. Because we also have little tags here, okay, that you can place on top of there as well. We also have these little teeny tiny tags. And excuse my phone, please. We also have little tiny tags that you can place on them as well. So I could definitely place this right here, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So I'm just actually placing glue on top of that magnet. Okay, it will still close. So I'm just going to place glue right on top of that magnet. And I'm going to go ahead and place that little tag right there. Okay, I might even just pop it cockside. So it kind of just gives it a little bit more character on that little pocket. And then here on this side, what I decided to do was to add like a border here. Okay, so basically I'm going to add this little border, and it's going to sit like this. Okay, and I'm going to have the magnet a little bit down here. So if you know, I'm going to place it like this. So if you wanted to place a little tag or something in there, you could definitely do that. It will be closed. Okay, it won't go all the way through to the edge here, but it will sit as a little tuck area. Okay, and it will have enough room, and the magnet will be right behind here, so you won't be able to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here now, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to place glue alongside here. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that this little piece right here, this edge of that die, is sitting right there, making sure that the magnet is also being covered. Okay. All right. Okay, and then I'm going to lift this part up, and I'm going to go ahead and place glue along the side down here. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my glue and place my glue just like this. Okay, and again, I'm just going to go ahead and burnish that down. And then what we're going to do is we'll turn this over. So we'll close it, and we're going to turn it over, and we're just going to cut that off. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my scissors, and I'm just going to go ahead, and I'm going to actually open up that pocket. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off. There we go, just like that. And then same thing here. So this will get cut off. Okay, there we go. And now you have a little tuck spot right down here. And of course you can stick, you know, a little tag or, you know, whatever you would like. This is actually an inside to one of the frames. Okay, and I'm just going to stick that there, just like that. All right, and close that. So that is how you can add magnets to your pages after, if you've done an afterthought like I did. So, okay, so alrighty. So now, all right, so now we're off to page number 2.